You are listening to episode 57 of the Let's Go Comic Show. On this episode, we talk about Alfred, the series, Doom Patrol, Young Animal ending, and we smell all the floppies. This is episode 57 of the Let's Go Comic Show. My name is Justin.
And I am Matt.
And we are going to talk about comics, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, everything in the world of comics. And we do this with a very, very sexy rating system, Matt.
I don't think it's that.
It's not sexy?
I think that's misrepresenting the
rating
system a little bit.
Depending on, there's a candle lit right in front of me. And so I'm feeling very romantic. And, so fair enough. Maybe it's not. But let's just break it down. Let's give people a very clear and concise understanding of what a Let's Go Comic Show rating system means.
All right. So we have Gotta Go is our highest rating we give.
That's and that really shouldn't be given out all the time. It really should be this is high quality floppy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This comic book is how all other comics should be judged. Right here. Pristine. The ink, the color, everything about it. What's a good example of a
I think we're still in the land of clear, but I think we've left the land of concise pretty quickly.
We did leave the land of concise. What is a good example of a gotta go comic book?
A gotta go comic book?
Yeah.
I would say the current Mr. Miracle.
Oh, okay. I would agree with you on that one. Okay, cool. So what do we got? What's after that? After a gotta go.
Then we have a Let's Go.
Hey.
Our namesake.
Our namesake. That means this is good stuff and you definitely should check it out. What's a good example of a Let's Go, Matt?
A Let's Go. I would say Tom King's Batman.
Yeah. I was
going to stay in the Tom King realm.
Man,
apparently.
There you go. Anything by Tom King. It goes all the way down. No, I would agree with you with that one. That Batman run, it's been fantastic. All right.
Indeed.
So after that, we have a
Go.
Yeah. It's kind of a middle of the road. Some people may like it. Some people may not like it.
Mm-hmm. What would be an example of that, Justin?
A go for me, I'm thinking it's the new book by Robert Kirkman.
Oblivion Song?
Oblivion Song. I don't know if I love it. And I'm 3 issues in. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I'm going to go for 4. So
usually 3 issues is the
test. I know we've said 6 is the test. But I don't know, man. It's that's $4. That's $4 every month on something I don't know if I love. So I would say go.
All right. Then below that, we have a Don't Go.
Yeah. Why did you buy that? Why do you keep buying that? It's not good. It's not a good book.
What's the example of that one, Justin?
I think the most current, I would actually say a Don't Go for me. The typical one we joke on is the Man Thing from a few months ago. Oh, but a Don't Go for me really was the Rebirth Justice League title. It just wasn't good. And I stopped. I took my own advice and I stopped buying that book. It just wasn't worth the money.
There you go.
So, and then if it's complete utter garbage, and this goes across the board, it's just trash juice. Don't buy it. It's not even. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had lots of various trash
juicy things have occurred. We try not to bring it up too much, but because it's stinky, you don't want to get that on the floor. And you walk through it, and it's in the house, and your wife gets mad at you. So, anyways, we're gonna just jump into some news, and I don't know. This may be trash juice. This could be a gotta go. We don't even know because
don't know yet.
It was announced today. So apparently, some of the creative team that has worked on the show Gotham, which I'm gonna just say Gotham is a don't go. My opinion. That's kind of harsh.
Yeah, so we have J.J. Heller.
J.J. Heller, yeah. And I guess
for Gotham.
They just announced that Gotham has a 5th and final season coming out next year.
Oh, it's final?
Yeah, it's at 5th and final. And they didn't even give an episode run. Some people were speculating it might just be 12 episodes and they're out the door. It hasn't been killing it in the ratings. And it's just, that show just seems like it's all over the place with the tone. I have to be honest, I've only watched 6 episodes of the first season, the first of the second, and then the last episode of last season. It's just not good.
You've watched more than I have.
I have watched more than you. And
I couldn't make it through a second episode.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, so this creative team has decided, hey, you know what? You loved Gotham. let's go further back. You want to see Batman before he's Batman? What if we show you Alfred before he's freaking Alfred the butler? They're going to show you...
all that stuff you love about Batman?
Yeah.
What if we do that without Batman?
Yeah.
And not even the person that becomes Batman someday.
Yeah, and all the stuff you love about Batman before he's Batman. Let's show you the guy that helps him. The guy that folds his underwear. Let's do a show about him. Like... I
just don't.
Here's the thing. I get that comic book content is very popular and hot, and there's so much like you want to mine, but maybe move away from Batman and move away from Superman. Like we love those characters.
What?
Hey, like even that Metropolis show they're talking about is getting repurposed or re-looked at. It's not on the schedule anymore.
Oh,
like
okay.
they pulled it. I forget who was gonna be putting it out, but I heard it got folded into the DC Comics app service that's going to happen, and they're going to refigure it. Anyways, reevaluate that idea. But like, man, how about if you're going to do a show and invest money into a show, like look at something like Mr. Miracle. Do a Mr. Miracle show. That would be a cool show.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do a show, there's other properties out there.
Use a concept that's actually out there.
That would be a crazy out there concept, right? So, I don't know.
A concept that already exists though too, because with Alfred, you're kind of using information from here and there to create this whole entire fleshed out concept. So I don't know. As a creative person, I get like the draw of something like that because you kind of get to put your own spin on something, your own mark. But with this, it just really, really feels like you're using like the name and the universe of like Batman.
Yeah.
Without any of the connections to it. And so it just feels kind of cheap.
There'll be a dumb connection, dude. They'll be like,
oh, gosh.
Because he's going to be, wherever he's going to be at, he's going to be
running into Thomas Wayne.
In the 60s London, and he's going to run in, no, not even Thomas Wayne. He's going to run into like Thomas Wayne's like father, or there's a crate from Wayne Industries. There's going to be this really forced Easter eggs.
It's just,
and he's going to serve with like the
make
cobble
your
pots
own story then in that
in
case,
London. It's going to be... he's going to be this SAS, soldier, and he's going to run into like things that are like, that's a thing, I don't know. And here's the thing, it could be good. Like, I'll definitely watch the first episode. I will watch it. I usually do try to give things a shot. I would say I'm pretty fair at that.
Yeah. I would say my first reaction hearing this news today was like, no one wanted this.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I'm there as well.
No one's like dying for that.
We've been clowning on it all day. Like, hey, can we get an Aunt Harriet show? Aunt Harriet from the 60s. Where she's just like, where's Dick and Bruce going again?
Oh, dude, if they could have...
Are they fishing?
Alfred from Batman 66, like...
But he's just dressed up as Batman? You know how he would put on the Batman suit? That's the show we need, is Alfred as Batman.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. That's the show that needs to
there
happen.
You go.
Alfred Batman.
As Adam West Batman.
There you go. Hello, sir. Remember the movie? He's so creepy. Like, did you ever see like the one that had like all the villains team up and Batman?
That's what I'm saying. I want to see that Alfred just because it's such like a weird take on it.
Well, he's okay. So like, remember him?
He was way into snooping on.
Yeah,
Batman.
That's what it was. Him and Robin are on the stakeout, and Robin's like, "Oh man, Alfred, I think we should turn this off. I feel weird about this." And he's like, "Oh, all right." And then it's like, there's not even a minute passes. Oh, we should turn it on, oh boy, check it out.
That's Alfred.
That's the Alfred, about. Like creepy perv Alfred.
That's the HBO. That's Alfred.
Alfred After Dark. Hello, sir. What does Alfred do when Batman's out? Dresses up as him.
No one needs
pervs.
to know that one.
Yeah, that's weird. So yeah, I think there's so many. I would love to explore some other shows. Like, okay, Mr. Miracle, that's a show. What's another show? It doesn't even have to be DC. Like, just hey, there's some cool properties out there. Let's do.
Oh, for just comic book properties.
Yeah.
You know what? I know we're only 3 issues in. I have no idea where the story goes. Mm-hmm. I think Gideon Falls would make a pretty
super.
Cool
oh yeah, that's an AMC show for sure. Like after The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Gideon it just Falls, seems like that kind of vibe. Where I'm like, yeah, I'm into that.
That'd be a great show. Like I already want to watch that show. Like Kill or Be Killed. I know that's going to be a movie. That would be a good show too. Like it's not superheroes, but again, there's properties out there that
and I've said
you can
before
explore.
NPH like would be a good.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Speedsters.
I think that could be a cool limited TV show series.
Booster Gold TV show.
Oh my gosh,
that would be fun.
Or a Blue and Gold.
Or a Blue and Gold show. Like there's other things to exploit.
There are a lot of already established stories to draw from.
Yeah, and I think the thing is like, we can exploit the Batman property, and doesn't mean I'm on this side of it. I feel like the more you mine the Batman property, the less special it is, and then the more like liquid it becomes. It's just everywhere, and people think it's a for sure like cash cow. Oh, we'll do Alfred, and it's like, but it's not Batman. Can you imagine going through like scrolling through the TV like, oh, it just says Alfred. Like, who wants to watch the Alfred show?
No thanks.
The best thing about it was like, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? We watched the Teen Titans Go to the movies trailer. What's the first thing they like joke about? Because everything's getting a movie, right?
Yeah, about Alfred.
Yeah, the Alfred
So
movie, right? And then now it's like life is, art is imitating life. Life is imitating art. Like you're getting not a movie, but you're getting a TV show about Alfred, and it's like we have jumped the shark. This is worse than the rumored Aunt May movie that Sony was doing. Remember WikiLeaks and like they were going to make an Aunt May movie. Well, Warner Brothers was like, "We got you beat, Alfred, the TV show."
Anyway,
I hope my kid wants to dress up as Alfred for Comic-Con or Halloween one day. He's gonna be like, "Dad, I want to be Alfred, the SAS soldier version." I'm like, oh gosh.
Okay, son, here we go.
Yeah.
Just draw a little pencil mustache on his face.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
That's like your go-to face.
Hello, sir. That's
Hello,
what
sir.
Alfred says that to everybody.
All right.
Master
So
Grayson.
you have that, which I'm not interested in at all.
Not at all.
To another show announced recently, I think yesterday.
Yeah.
That I'm very much interested in. Think could be a really cool show, and that would be Doom Patrol.
Heck
on
yeah.
DC Universe.
Yep.
Man,
That just
I'm stoked for it.
what a great idea for a show, Doom Patrol. How fun is
Because they're
that?
the underdog. They're like out there and kind of weird and kooky.
They're like the X-Men, but like weirder. Like the weird,
for
the
sure.
X-Men are, we hate you mutants, but you can come in and get a sandwich. Like Doom Patrol, like you guys are some honked up people. Like you live in a
like
cave. There's a weird street.
Robot Man.
Yeah. Rebus, the Negative Man.
Oh, the Negative Man is cool.
Yeah.
Beast Boy actually started there.
Yeah. Chief.
I almost want to say Elastigirl, but
Yeah.
that's not correct. That's
Yeah.
Incredibles.
Yeah. Stretchy chick.
She has a name. Dude, I
know.
feel
I can't
so
think
dumb
of.
right
I know.
now.
Wow. Hey, fan. Matt Ritchie's a poser, man. He's a comic poser. No.
Stop.
It's like, what's her face? Metamorpho girl. Danny the Street. Flex Mentallo. Flex Mentallo would be a funny show. Can you imagine just one episode?
That's so weird, dude.
That'd be great.
That's the thing is, like, I wonder what they're gonna do for this. I think they're gonna use the lineup probably sans Beast Boy because he's in Titans already.
But he
But
crosses over with that. So I bet
So I think that's where he comes from, probably.
Yeah.
But dude, like, if they mined some of the stuff, especially from the Grant Morrison run, that just was so weird and out there. I feel like if they took that in the same way that the FX has done Legion, I'd be way into it.
One episode of that.
Dude, it's so good.
But I can hear you. I mean, that it's going to be kind of in that vibe, I get it. It can be in that kind of vein of weird and kind of subversive.
Yeah, you have like Danny the Street. I mean, it's like just characters like that. It's just kind of crazy. So that was Elastigirl, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't realize
really?
it was the same name as
Disney.
as
Disney got to pony up
Disney
some of that
too.
money,
Dang,
dude.
But yeah, those are kind of the primary characters. Robot Man is probably who I'm excited about.
Cliff
most
Steele.
excited about.
You know what? Like, I don't do the cosplay stuff. I would love to be Cliff Steele.
Especially the Young Animal version, like with the leather jacket and stuff on.
He's kind of been that way for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get you.
I didn't. Yeah, I read a little bit of Grant Morrison, but then other than that, Young Animals where I really jumped on.
So, yeah. Well, speaking of, so anyways, like just to kind of put a tap on that, Alfred show to me is a don't go. I don't want to say it's trash juice. This Doom Patrol show is for me. I mean, on my excitement level, is a got to go.
Yeah,
do stuff like this, make this type of a show because I'm getting really, really excited for this app.
Yeah, I hope it's really good.
How much would you pay? What's the max that you'd pay monthly for it?
Man, I just feel like it wouldn't be responsible to go much past I feel like $10 is like pretty normal for
$9.99.
Yeah, for like Hulu and Netflix and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
$8.99 or $9.99. I think is kind of the norm.
were talking about it yesterday on I forget what thread it was on, but we were talking about like how much is it going to cost and what it's going to be. And I was thinking, remember, because we talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago, and it was very like vague. It's like this new digital content platform. Right. And what if it's tiered? What if it's like, okay, level 1, just the shows. Level 2, the shows and a backlog of DC Comics, like library, like old Superman shows, Birds of Prey, TV show, all that crap. Flash from the 90s. Like you can watch everything. And then like level 3, all of that plus like a Marvel Unlimited like style of comic libraries. They're like level 3, is $20 a month.
Yeah. I just don't know, dude.
That'd be too much. I would literally just have to stop buying monthly comics and just like, there you go. There's my money, DC, right there.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. They're at least idea phase. It seems like some cool content coming for that app.
Yeah. I'm wondering like if this is going to be like their primary outlet for like the good stuff. Cause I mean, you're gonna have everything on the CW.
Yeah. Young Justice, man.
Yeah. And well, then you're gonna have everything that's on this app, and there's definitely gonna be a quality comparison as well. For sure. Yeah, because to be fair, we haven't seen it yet, so who knows? It could be, and some of the same producers are working on these shows, so it could have the same
very true
like feel. But I wonder. Anyways, so speaking of Doom Patrol and Young Animal, so it was kind of, I think it was 2 days ago. So Young Animal, which started in 2016 by Gerard Way, kind of curated this weird line at DC Comics, which Doom Patrol was in, Bug, Cave Carson books,
right?
Whole bunch of
Mother Panic,
Mother Panic,
Changing Girl,
yeah. So all these things are going away; they're ending. It's coming to an end, and they kind of worded it weird. It was kind of like this. They called it. It was never meant to be forever. It was just a pop-up imprint. It kind of had a shelf life, and I was like, oh, did it? I thought they were going to do this whole new thing to kind of...
it seemed more ongoing.
It felt like it was an ongoing deal. I think maybe it's just these people don't have time, because Doom Patrol has been off and on. It's been coming, it's not coming, but it did end and say, this is not the end of Young Animal. We'll have more news to share when we come back with Doom Patrol. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of these amazing series. So it feels like it's kind of going to be done. They had this season 2 thing that started off with like the Milk Wars or...
Yep, you had Milk Wars and then Eternity something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Girl Eternity, which they're is it Girl Eternity? Because it used to be Kid Eternity back in like when it was a Vertigo series, and so they've kind of done these like flips on stuff. And
like Cave Carson has Interstellar Eyes.
Yeah, that's the second volume.
And then Doom Patrol came back for a bit.
Eternity Girl is what it is. And they're really pumping it up, actually. Like, I got an email yesterday. It was like, check out Eternity Girl #1, but issue 3 was like coming out like next week.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to like push some focus on this stuff. So I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it'll all fold into Vertigo or something. It would put some attention back on the Vertigo imprint, which I feel like doesn't have any.
Yeah, that would be true, I guess, because Vertigo hasn't really done anything.
I mean, they're doing stuff, but you just don't see a whole bunch of stuff. So.
It's not getting the notoriety or the attention that stuff like Young Animal has done.
Yeah.
And I think that coincides, Young Animal coming to an end, at least that part of it, excuse me, seems to align pretty closely with the launch of like the Sandman like based universe at the end of the summer. So I wonder if like maybe they're trying to make a little room for that to kind of get its legs.
Yeah, I think so, because some of that's the same audience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So interesting. So one of the things I wanted to bring up was Tom King. We talked about Tom King earlier. Was kind of making these allusions to, and we're going to get into it, and probably just right after this we can segue into it. Is making these allusions to Booster Gold is part of something bigger in the DC universe, and more news to come, because people have been like kind of tweeting at him after his 3-story arc here in Batman.
Right.
What are your thoughts on any of that? You have any thoughts?
I would love to see it. Like we've talked about it before. You have those writers, you have those artists and creators that kind of like earn your trust by their quality of work and what they've done. Mm-hmm. And for me, Tom King has done that several times over. And so just the fact that he's doing something I'm going to be interested in. Add on top of that I think Booster Gold is just kind of a fun character.
Yeah.
And then add on top of that I actually think his take on Booster Gold, these 3 stories, was kind of interesting. And it seemed at least different. I know for some people it was too different and didn't feel true to the character.
Most people don't like fun.
But I just think, Tom King doesn't like a lot of fun either, like in his stories.
What do you mean? I think his stories are fun, though.
No, it's fun, but just not in the typical way.
Like,
it's not the thanks Green Lantern kind of way. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, I think you had those 3 together. I'm like, yeah, I'm in for it. Like,
yeah, I just trust Tom King now, though. Like, okay, whatever you write, I want to read it now.
Yeah,
like he can write about a feather and a stick, and we're like, oh, I'm gonna check out the feather and stick book. So anyway, let's just jump into it because
some
floppies. Take a big whiff.
Not too big a whiff.
Not too big of a whiff. There was a candle lit right by me. And smell the floppies.
Smell it.
Smells
so
like
I'm guessing
store.
we're just talking about Batman. We're just talking about Booster Gold. We're talking about Tom King.
Yeah.
You want to start there?
Yeah, Batman 45 through 47 is the gift arc. Basically, Booster Gold is like, Batman's getting married. I guess he found out. He heard from somebody. Somebody told him, or he's just keen to Batman's secret ID. And he wants to give Batman a present. And that is spend some time with his parents before they were murdered by
yes,
a guy in the
so
alley.
creating this alternate timeline.
Yeah. And so in doing so, he kind of lands in like this, like because it backtracks. It shows this is what I did. I saved your parents' life, and then you're at current like age Batman. He's just like celebrating. It's his birthday, but it's also his parents' anniversary,
right?
Because the whole story like, oh, we'll get married on your birthday or whatever like that. And so there's just like it has this weird ending. You're like, what the heck? And like Dick Grayson's Batman, but he's running around shooting things, and like there's a Joker virus that's infecting people, and so there's all these little weird things that are like popping up around. Like some of the, I don't want to say it's fun, but some of the kind of these in jokes are like Jason Todd selling tires, which is kind of fun because
we talked about in 45. You get to kind of check in with each of the Robin characters. I mean, well, Duke Thomas isn't Robin, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So,
and to see where each of those are, I think is an interesting thing, and see like the changes that happen. I think that's what makes time travel stories interesting to me all the time. Is just like one little thing, and what difference can that make, and what thing can that change, and seeing that ripple effect. I think is always, pretty interesting.
What do you think about, like, I know you just kind of said, oh, Booster Gold's a fun character, but how are you feeling about this take on Booster Gold right now?
This seems more like, hey, I'm cocky and kind of like not self-aware, to, hey, I'm like kind of crazy a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think you see that progression a little more. I think at first he's kind of like, here's the thing. I think people didn't like, because right off the bat, in Batman 45, you're seeing from his point of view, Green Lantern commit suicide.
Yeah. Well, that first thing right off the bat,
that very first thing, and you think he's like cool, but not like cool, like that's cool, but like okay.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's because Booster Gold like knows and he deals with varying timelines so much. He has like not this disconnection, but just this idea of like I'm not going to be weighed down by this moment because it's going to be undone and I'm going to fix it. Anyway,
yeah.
Right. And I think that kind of transforms over the 3-issue arc, because by the time you get to Batman 47, like at the beginning of it, it says 1 year later.
Yeah, so he's
experienced some trauma, lost Skeets, been stuck in this alternate timeline, and is kind of going crazy at this point. And I wonder if that's more like that's been pushed by what he's experienced in the last year and whatever. Does that make sense? So I
definitely think so.
As he was crazy the whole time. I'm like, no. I think you can kind of see a progression there.
Yeah.
And I really like, actually, Batman 47, I think it's like, I don't know, like page like 6 or 7 probably, when Skeets and Booster are reunited.
Yeah. When
I love when he's like, I was dead, but I got better, which is a great Monty Python reference. And then he's like, how have you been? And he's like, I was crazy. It's like, I see. And did you get better? I don't know. Probably not. And so I think there's just this idea of like, I don't know. It's another layer to Booster Gold that I think makes it kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think he feels a little more like skewed to loose cannon than funny type of like egocentrical guy.
Yeah, I almost think more like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon.
Oh wow, okay.
Not like completely, but more that character. Not like this like goofy like I'm going to save everyone and they're going to love me. But it's like no, like he's genuinely trying to do good. He's just a little like, yeah, he's like that loose cannon.
Something, but he just seems really emotionally scarred. Like in the last pages of this, the whole I can't stop cleaning them, but they don't get clean. It's like something happened, and so that's the only part. Like if I had to say.
I think it's what the story was, is what happened.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to address this. And hopefully that's what maybe Tom King's hinting at. Because it doesn't feel true to who Booster is. Like, again, he does show he's got heart and he cares and he understands. And so this feels very like something really weird happened. Like, and like everything that you're talking about, I'm just kind of like, as we get to the end of that, at the end of this like thread, like, wow, something changed in Booster. And so... because the voice is off for me. I wonder if that has to do with
like what he's working on. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. But that place where they sent Ivy.
Oh, okay.
He's been talking about working through this concept of like people that have experienced trauma to be able to go to.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe Booster is going to be a part of that.
Dude, that's actually that's a good pullback because I wasn't thinking that at all.
Because I think like you have like it's kind of crazy but kind of goofy, and Booster's still pretty funny. Like his going back and forth with Skeets is always funny to me. I think Tom King really nails that voice really well.
Yeah.
I think the moment where he winks at Skeets is really good. But then you do have those last few pages where you're like, man, this is actually pretty emotionally charged. I don't know.
Like,
I like the flipping on its head a little bit.
The death of Skeets type of thing. I mean, that's happened a few times. Like Skeets, and I just kind of wish they wouldn't go there anymore. Like let Skeets be around. Like you need Skeets because he is a really great foil to Booster. You know, like the straight man and whatever. What's the opposite of the straight man? Like there's the goof and the straight man or whatever. But okay, so going back to issue 46, that one has the most craziest like ending because you have this whole like taking Catwoman around. She's totally like she's just saying meow the whole time, right. Meow, 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 and then you get to this end where like Booster feels like this is gonna be good. I'm gonna reunite you with like your lady love, and then things just go bad. Like she flips out, kills Alfred, kills like freaking his dad like right in front of him. And then Dick Grayson kills her, like shoots her like right in the back, and then that's it. Like you're left with like Bruce Wayne, like killing like Dick Grayson, and
it's pretty crazy.
It's like thanks Booster. Like Booster just kind of made a cluster of everything. Dude, like everything he wanted to do. I wanted to give you a time with your parents. So what he ended up doing is having Batman kill everything that's close to him. You know, his ward, his lady, his mom, dad, you know, and so the whole, not that he killed intense. All of them, but yeah. And so it is a giant cluster, but that's what kind of makes it fun for comics. Like you can go and do something crazy like this, especially with a character like Booster, like you can change the timeline. It's definitely interesting. It wouldn't.
I think it's one of those things that's not going to be for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I get it. It's a change in characterization. And I was even thinking, like, as I was flipping through just now, you look at like the second to last page in this issue in 47, and it's just that shot of like seeing Bruce Wayne shoot himself.
Yeah.
In the reflection of Booster's visor, which is a callback to the start of the story with Green Lantern doing the same. To think like, man, like you've really screwed stuff up.
Yeah. Something happened.
Yeah, it's a pretty abrupt ending. I think it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the art?
Art was good. I like Tony. Like it's weird. Tony Daniels is up and down with me. Like I really loved when he started out in R.I.P. like Batman R.I.P. I feel like I didn't love his like crazy Joker and freaking with the what are they called, the suspenders and all this. I don't know. I just didn't like the take so much. But then he gets really good, and then I'm like, oh, I really liked his artwork later on, and then some of the stuff he did on, I think it was Superman Wonder Woman book. Like some of the art in there was really good. He's a good artist.
Yeah.
He's a bad writer. I haven't really liked his like
when he was doing both.
When he wrote Detective Comics and like what the heck was going on there? And I think I
really like his rendition of Booster.
Yeah,
I feel it's been really good.
Yeah, he definitely had some angles where it looked like Primary. If people say like the artist for Booster Gold is Dan Jurgens, like that's the guy who created him back in the 80s, and he's kind of like made himself like the Booster, like how people, you know, kind of they compare. And he had some angles earlier in the issue which felt, especially, I don't know, the I don't know what page it is, but it's probably the third, fourth page. It's where Booster has the beard. He's in the Batcave. There's a certain angle that I go, that's a freaking Dan Jurgens look. But anyways, yeah, his art's good. It's suitable. And that sounds bad. I don't mean it in a way of like it's suitable. It's good. Out of the Batman run, is it my favorite? That's the one thing. There hasn't been a bad artist on this title.
It's true.
Since it started, you know. So since it kicked off with David,
consistent quality for sure.
Who's the first guy on there? David
Finch.
David Finch. Yeah, David Finch to, you know, Joel Jones to Michael Yannon to everybody who's been on this. Mitch Gerard, everyone who's been on this book's been great. So, anyways, this whole arc super weird. Not for everybody. I'm gonna give it a let's go.
I would also give it a let's go. I don't think it's gonna be for everybody, and I don't think it's necessarily what all comics should be judged against. But I think just as that self-contained story, like I can dig it. Yeah, and it's super interesting.
And I'm like, there's again all these books that you think they're done, like the Swamp Thing thread, that's gonna come back somewhere. All of these threads are leading somewhere else, and Booster Gold's weird, man. And especially after issue 46, that's a really honked up ending. And you're like, I get when people are angry. Like, what the heck is going on? But you have to know, A, it's comics, and B, it's Booster Gold. There's a weird timeline going on.
Yeah. Well, and the story's not done. Always let someone finish telling their story before you pass judgment.
And it's still not done. You have this kind of like Booster and Batman and Catwoman just kind of
hanging there.
Well, they're kind of looking at each other like, what the heck is going on? What does this mean?
Yeah.
And Booster's lost his mind. So, anyways, good comics, dude. It's a good comic.
Agreed.
All right.
Next one.
Do it.
Justice League No Justice #2.
Yeah, man.
All right.
What
Justin, how do you feel about this book?
Oh, man. This is everything DC Metal wasn't. And I love it. It's a great book. Like,
it's really good.
I was having fun. I didn't even mind Lobo. And here's the thing. I like Lobo, but I don't like him on the Justice League. I didn't mind him in this book. There was that weird thing where he's trying to like give Beast Boy some advice, and it was like, just turn into something crazy and throw me. Like,
yeah.
And you know what I was thinking? The voice in my head? Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Isn't that
basically?
I know that was a rumor.
Lobo is like the DC films Aquaman.
And that was the rumor for a while. Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo, and like he would have been a great Lobo, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's not, and we're moving on. But this was just fun comics, man, and I liked seeing Green Arrow show up. That was cool. Very
cool. I like the way the Manpole draws him.
Yeah.
I think the art in general is really good. I think you have a few. Marcus Toe.
Yeah.
Also did some fill-in work, and I think you can tell obviously which pages they are.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not jarring.
It's not jarring. It's just anytime I have a book where it's not completely Francis Manpole, it's like, what if it all
paid for Francis Manpole?
Just because the pages he's doing, I just think you just have that extra little bit. But I will give credit to Hi-Fi doing the colors. I mean, I think that bridged the gap really well for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I actually didn't notice my first time through.
Oh, really?
That it was two artists, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Once I went back through, I was like, oh, yeah, I can see.
You got to read them credits, dude.
A little different.
You got to read the credits.
But yeah. I think the story is interesting. I think it makes sense, like, how these people are being pushed together to work together. The fact that Amanda Waller screwed up stuff and trying to save stuff, like, I think is an interesting dynamic. And I think you see Martian Manhunter step up into that role, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, Beast Boy turning into that giant, like, monster kind of thing was kind of cool. But I think the ending, man, that last page, I was like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, where are we going from this?
Yeah, spoilers for sure. Like, FYI, as we talk about this book.
Big spoiler, because we have the return of
Vril Dox. So Vril is a descendant of Brainiac.
Yes.
He was in the comic Legion, not the same as Legion of
superheroes.
Yeah, which is also Brainiac 5 is
Brainiac
in that.
5 is
so
there. This is Brainiac 2.
Yeah, Brainiac 2 and call him Brainiac 2.0. The only thing I didn't like about 2.0 was like, they did like Brainiac 2.0 a long time ago. Like I think it was like probably like Action Comics 700 or Superman something. There was an anniversary issue where Brainiac made Metropolis like he took over Metropolis and made it like the city of tomorrow type of thing. But whatever, no one remembers that except me.
Totally.
I kept thinking in the background there was a symbol. And I was like, is that the Red Lantern symbol? I don't know why I kept thinking that. I was like, is the Sinestro like? Is there going to be like a Atrocitus? Is he gonna roll up? Did you skip that feeling at all? Or
I mean, do you mean like towards the end there?
Yeah, there was this big like design. I was like, is that? I don't know.
It's similar, but I think they're just sticking with it's the what's it called?
Boom tube.
No, not the boom tube. It was the spark or whatever, or the tree or whatever, the essence.
Oh yeah,
it was in Earth. It was supposed to be dormant, but is not.
Yeah, I like Starro in this. Like at first, Starro was like, "What the heck?" But they're giving Starro like a funny voice. Starro has like he seems like a funny character, and again,
he is
I should
a
have trusted
character, and I think they're just going with it.
Yeah, it's just, okay, you're using Starro, And the Rebels book, I think it was like 2010, 2011, before New 52 hit, like they tried to make Starro this more humanoid type of character, and he used these.
Oh,
and
I remember that.
It just wasn't as good. But this is a good tick. I like embracing the goofy and just letting it go, man. It's comics. It's fun.
It's just big, crazy stuff, but not so dark that like you feel like hopeless, but you're like, oh man, how are they going to get out of this? Like, I think that's kind of the feeling and the adventure you want, especially in a Justice League book.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely fun.
I think it's another let's go for me, just like the first issue.
Yeah, it's a let's go, and I'm excited that they're already been like sneak previewing, like, freaking Legion of Doom's coming,
right?
So, and that's not a spoiler. They've been putting that in their ads in their books, so excited to see that.
Yeah,
excited
to see how that stuff all works out.
And I like the confrontation between Green Arrow and Amanda Waller in there. Mm-hmm. Like she was like, next time shoot me, Right? That way I don't got to deal with this. Like she knows she messed up.
Yeah,
she's like, come on,
No, I think it's good, man. It's it seems like they have a good handle on the characters, like the different voices, the interactions. It all feels really great in the story.
Yeah,
and I think the art is solid as well.
Yeah, and I even like little Damian Wayne challenging Batman a little bit, and he's just like, hold up,
like
I got a plan. Like Batman's like, I got a plan. Stop interrupting me, freaking Robin. Like, why are you even on this team?
Who do you think I am?
Dang. And it did kind of help me with some of my questions. I'm like, wait a second, where's Aquaman and stuff? And then it shows them in those like holding
those
chambers.
Other heroes in stasis. And
I'm not remembering what happened to Green Lantern. Like, they can't use the Green Lanterns anywhere. I mean, we have this giant revelation.
They're out at the source wall.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, they're probably like guarding that, because then the other gigantic big reveal is like, oh dang, like thousands of planets are like located in this like these magical trees.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, and so that's what the heck's going on with that, dude? Like, there's so much fun stuff going on here. I love that it's weekly. That way I can get through it and not have to wait like Metal. Metal took like 8 months, dude. Like, this is going to take me like 4 weeks, right? Is this 6 weeks? 6 issues? 4? Yeah.
4 weeks.
I'm excited. It's fun. And this is what heavy metal is, dude, right here. Freaking.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so it's a let's go.
Yes.
So get Justice League. No justice. Just us.
Agreed. Just
together.
Ice. Just
all right.
ice.
Just ice. What do you got,
and then we have Gideon Falls #3.
Gideon Falls. Matt bought the best cover. I swear I didn't see that cover there, dude.
Yeah, you missed out, dude. These covers are awesome.
I'm just going to stop reading it, dude.
I'm just going to stop reading. I can't get the covers right.
Can't get the covers right.
It's more of the same in a good way.
Yeah.
I'd say this issue. Like, it keeps things moving forward. The art is really good. The layouts are interesting. I think you have the color palette is consistent with what it's been, and you feel like things are kind of ramping up a little bit, and you just have nothing overt, but you just have little things like whoever that bus driver guy is that he talked to after mass. I'm like, I don't trust that dude at all. That goes to, I mean, props to Andrea Sorrentino, because I think that's him like having the characters act. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, something's up with that dude.
Yeah,
and that's just by the way he drew him. You know, but I love it.
I can't speak on it because I haven't read it yet.
Okay, so I'm not gonna speak any more story beats so that Justin doesn't get spoiled. But I will tell everyone, I think it's a worthwhile comic. Here's the thing: I like when things in general, movies, comics, whatever, when they're telling a scary story that feels more ominous, like, and kind of draws that out more than just like going for the jugular every couple minutes. I think there's something more unsettling about that and more like that draws you in. So I would say this story is one of those that does that. For me, I think it continues to be a let's go. I think it's a good book.
Yeah. I would agree. I feel like I'm reading it like, ooh, I'm reading something special. Like it's going to be, it might snowball into something bigger or, not that there's more enjoyment out of that, but there's a little bit of that like, dude, you're not reading Gideon Falls? But it feels like everybody on Twitter is reading Gideon Falls. Like if you follow comic people, like Gideon Falls is a great book. And so that's good. And it just lets you know, like, creators that do good stuff, people are going to follow you. Like Jeff Lemire, he can probably write any new series he wants, and people will be on board and be like, I'm going to check out what you're doing.
Right.
You know, he's got that name. Again, I will follow a writer, man. If I like a writer, I will follow them. So speaking of following a writer, segues. So I've been reading this Punisher book. Again, I'm not a huge Punisher fan, and I haven't, read this latest issue, but it's issue 224, which I think is probably like the last issue or something. I think they're going to get 225 and then Punisher #1 all over again, which I freaking hate that Marvel. Knock it off. But Matthew Rosenberg, who's been writing this book, is so good, dude. It's such a good freaking comic, man. And I will read the next Punisher book based on like how much I've been liking this. I really like his take. It's a fun time, and I'm thinking maybe he's gonna make me a fan, like a bigger fan of the Punisher. I don't know. Like,
sweet,
it's just
That's
good.
Cool.
It's such a fun concept. I like this whole Punisher and the War Machine thing. It's pretty cool, and he's not gonna stay in it forever. We know that, but it was a good book, and I want to follow this guy. And I'm like, man, making me a Punisher fan.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, dude, I should go buy a Skull t-shirt. I need to go to Hot Topic tomorrow and get that Skull t-shirt.
No, you don't need to.
Come on, dude. I'm gonna go and do that. I gotta make that happen. And then the other comic I got was Daredevil 602, and I've been liking this book. And again, I think I said it before. It feels like the extension of Defenders, like where we were like Defenders should have went on, or all those characters are showing up in Daredevil, and he's kind of cashing in on some of those story beats that Bendis laid out.
Oh, that's cool.
So you have all the characters, and Kingpin was the mayor. Kingpin's been taken out by ninjas, which is kind of cool. Like the hands out there. I almost said the Foot, the Foot Clan.
Same thing.
Crossover with the Ninja Turtles. No, and so Matt Murdock is now the mayor. It's kind of cool.
What?
Yeah, he's the mayor of New York City, and so, anyways, cool stuff's going on. And Daredevil is a good book. It's I think it's kind of like it's not like a sleeper, but it's just consistently good, and
that's awesome.
And it's good that Daredevil's good.
Hear.
So, anyways, I would give both of those series Let's Go's if you're curious about those two Marvel books.
I was curious, and I was.
If you're in the street level violence in the Marvel universe, check out these two books. So check out these wonderful comics, man. Well, we made this short and sweet, possibly. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say relatively short compared to what we usually do.
Yeah. All right. So let me tell you where there is a short time frame. You got to act now. You have, as of this recording, 2 days, 13 hours, 50 minutes, and 54, 53, 52. It keeps going seconds to get tickets to Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario, California on May 19th and 20th. Go check it out. Me and Matt will be there.
It's Saturday.
We're going to be there Saturday. We have a panel, and we're going to be talking about Batman in cinema. From the beginnings to the great to the bad to what's coming up. We don't know, but everyone seems to think so.
We don't know. We're going to have our opinions.
We're going to talk about it.
I don't know.
We're going to have some stuff to give away. It's going to be a fun time, and we're just going to hang out with you guys. And I just got to say, Comic-Con Revolution is a freaking great con. I know this is only the second year, but last year I was super blown away. I went more on like, okay, it's a little more local. I'll go check it out. It was a fun con. Like, got to really hang out and talk to I got to hang out and talk to Jim Starlin, just hanging out, talking.
That's so cool, dude.
Hey, you want to talk about, Thanos? And he was like, yeah, keep making these movies because I get paid. Like, it was just like, you can walk right up to him. Because I don't know if everyone jumped in here. I was like, okay. Got to talk to John Schnepp a little bit about, the guy who made the making of Superman, Death and Superman Lives, Superman Returns, whatever that movie was. Talked to him, and he was telling me, like, which is funny because he was telling me about these costumes from Justice League Mortal that kind of got revealed about a couple months ago. And they're exactly what he explained. He's all, Superman suit looks like crap. Flash looks like crap. Batman suit looks like crap. And it all came out. Looks like crap. Wow. So it was just fun to
have the inside scoop.
Yeah, just be able to just chat with people. And it is a Comic-Con. It is not a Comic-Con that has, ABC there talking about their show about a lady who loves dogs. Like, that's not there. It's all comic books.
Right on.
Everything that you want. And so there's going to be great guests. Kevin Conroy's going to be there. I'm hoping we can meet him and talk to him and have him just say, "Let's go podcast" or something like that. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It'd be better if you could say, "Let's go comic show."
Yeah, that's very true. But I'm just trying to give Kelly some love too. I haven't seen Kelly in a little bit.
Dude, I love you, Kelly.
So, yeah. And then also you can go watch Deadpool 2 if you want with one of the creators of Deadpool. So
lots of good reasons.
Yeah, lots of good reasons. Anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't need to sell it, but it's such a good thing. But hang out with us at 2:00 on Saturday, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And Holy Batcast will be there with us, and maybe you'll run into somebody like Lauren Lester, who voiced Robin on Batman the Animated Series. And you'll go, hey, maybe he's in the bathroom talking, and you're like, hey, it's Robin. And you're in the bathroom like, no, man, like, zip up first before you shake Robin's hand, right?
That's so weird.
Oh man. Anyways,
you are still trying to sell it.
Yes. I'm
a great job at that.
Doing such a great job selling it. And so hopefully, as you listen to this show, you have maybe you have a day by the time this goes up into your ear holes. You can check it out and I'm going to go to Comic-Con Revolution. It's going to be a great time. Yeah. And then finally, we got to continue to plug everybody. Robin, everyone loves the drink. The drink.
Everyone loves the drink.
Everyone loves the drink. All right.
That's a good one. Maybe consider a name change, Rob.
Yeah. All right. Please check out the Robin Everyone Loves the Drake podcast. Right now they are doing an adaptation of the Lonely Place of Living series, and it's fun because me and Matt are apart. And episode 3 came out today. And Matt has one line. And it's great. Woo. He's Red Hood. There's some effect on your voice. It's like you're in a hood or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense considering the character.
You're in a hood. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
I could have done my best Bane.
Hello. What's going on? You should have just been Bane. Why is Bane in here? No, it's Red Hood.
Yeah, no, it's Red Hood. Could you
my son got to be Damian Wayne, so he has a little cameo.
So cool, dude.
So it was fun. Right I played it for him today. He was like, Dad, who heard this? I'm like, I don't know, man. A lot of people. He's like, do I get paid? I'm like, you don't get paid, dude.
No, dude.
You don't get paid. There's no money in podcasts. So anyways, go check that out. It's a fun show. And if you love Robin and Batman, and especially if you love the Tim Drake Robin and Red Robin and all his incarnations, they talk about it there, and it's a fun show. So there you go. Matt, you feel satisfied?
I'm satisfied.
You feel good? What if someone hits you up on Twitter and they're like, hey, you're Red Hood. I don't like your voice as Red Hood.
Oh, that would be at J_Rocca.
No, you can
hit me up at Matt Ritchie.
Awesome. And then you can hit me up at J_Rocca on Twitter. You can hit up the show at Let's Go Comic Show on Twitter and on Instagram. You can visit our website at www.letsgocast.com. And while you're there, check out the merch tab. Buy some merch, get a t-shirt, get a pillow. Maybe you're listening to this episode in bed and you want to rest your head on something cozy. Get a Let's Go Comic Show pillow. There you go. That'd be nice. That'd be cozy.
Very nice.
And then, maybe your wife sees that pillow and she's like, you're a freaking nerd. Sleep on the couch. Take that pillow with you and you'll be nice and cozy all night long. So there you go. And if you want to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com/letsgocast and you can contribute to the show. Help us make things better. That's always good. We want to get better. Good. Do you want to get better, Matt?
I would like to get better.
I say if you believe in something, throw some money at it. Maybe $5, $1. Yeah. Hey, you don't got to throw 20. You doesn't get crazy. But if you want to, some people have really good jobs and they're looking for things to do with their money. Come at me and I'll tell you what you should do. Invest into our dreams to be comic book talker superstars. Here you go. That's what the heck are you talking about? And finally, if you feel like, man, I really like this show, please tell other people about it. Go on to the iTunes podcast store and leave us a 5-star review. But the most important part is write that comment. Leave a little blurb. Say something
some
fun.
kind words.
Kind words. Say, Matt Ritchie, your voice is like honey on half of an avocado, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm just tired. So there you go. So do that. It would be great. And even everybody who's in the other countries, we're looking. I know the iTunes store doesn't always record people in like, Europe and India and Asia and stuff. You have to go check out their stores. So anyways, wherever you're at, thank you. Because we know,
thanks for listening.
We know there's people out there in other countries besides the United States of America listening. So we appreciate you too.
We salute you.
Cheers. So that being said, my name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
Let's go.
Let's go.